So today they're launching a mortgage of up to £500,000 that only requires a £5,000 deposit. But that's not the only challenge faced by people looking to buy a house. Sally Mitchell is a senior mortgage broker at The Mortgage Mum and can tell us more. Sally, morning.
Morning.
So look, in your opinion, what are the biggest obstacles for first-time buyers? What are they struggling with trying to get on that ladder?
Well, it's very definitely deposit. That is a big issue. So I think Yorkshire Building Society are quite right to address that. I'm glad to see some innovation around that. But also it's affordability. In the old days, you used to spend probably 4 times your salary on your mortgage. Now it's more like 8 in terms of timesing it up to be able to afford a property. Now that's really, really difficult. And most lenders will actually only look at affordability up to 4.5 times your salary. So there's a huge gap. First time buyers typically are finding that they have to find £50,000 as a deposit on average across the country. And over a third of first-time buyers rely on help from family members to give them a leg up, to give them a gift to help them get going. Couple that all up with lack of housing stock at the right price. And we've got the perfect storm. It really is tough. And what's a shame is that the first-time buyers are the lifeblood of the property cycle. Without them, the market really does grind to a halt. So we need to be finding ways to get them on that ladder. And why not? They should. And I don't agree that they're all eating avocado on toast.
Well, this is this
are not doing it.
Yeah, is this an urban myth? The takeaway coffees, the lattes, the avocado on toast. Is that really the case?
I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but no, the young people that I speak to, and bearing in mind, your first time buyer is normally over 30. They might have grown out of avocado on toast and coffee by then. I've got more pressing things to worry about. But no, they are genuinely concerned. How are they going to pay their gas bill? Rents are going up if they're renting and not living with family. How on earth are they going to save to get even at £5,000 together is going to be quite difficult. So they're hit on all sides. And one of your listeners was saying, if having a coffee in the morning is stopping me getting a house, then I might as well just throw in the towel now. This is ridiculous. I do see that they sort of think, well, it's just not for me. And I think that's really sad because we are a nation who, Englishman's home is his castle, etc., etc. We have been brought up to almost expect to be able to own our own property, our own home. And that's looking increasingly unlikely for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. What are some of the things that people might think mean they can't buy a house, but actually it might not be the case?
Well, there are a lot of, as I've said, innovation has come through in the last few months. We've had a really, really difficult market. And it can feel, especially with all, the bad stories and the cost of living crisis and the base rate staying the same, or it has been going up, obviously, up until the last six times. People feel that there's nowhere to go. They feel that there's no help out there, but there is. The first thing I'd say is to go and see a broker because they can look at the whole market for you. They can take into account your specific conditions and circumstances because everybody is incredibly different. I mean, it might be that deposit is your issue, but actually you earn very, very well. So you can afford a slightly higher monthly payment because with this new product, let's say it goes up to 500,000, which I think is their top limit.
Yeah.
That is £495,000. Now to get a look in at borrowing that sort of money, you need to be earning, over £110,000. So there's not an awful lot of people, younger first-time buyers particularly, who command that sort of salary. And if we scale it back to the average around York, which I think is 350, you've still got to be earning over 75,000. Now, that might, knock out quite a few people. I'm going to be really interested to see how this plays out and actually sort of, play with it, if you like, with some real life clients.
Well, I know
if it actually does work.
And also, they're saying that the criteria, there's going to be really stringent looks at affordability and credit ratings and all that kind of stuff. So actually, the idea might be quite great, but when you get down to it, if you can't actually afford to pay it back, then you're going to be stymied, aren't you?
Well, yeah, and it's a 5-year fix as well. I believe it's 5.99%, which is, hefty, but then you expect that because you're borrowing, in some cases, up to 99% of your property value. So it's going to come with a price tag. But I don't like the idea of committing to 5.99%. Over 5 years, particularly. It might suit some people. It might be brilliant for some people. But first-time buyers don't always stay in the same home for 5 years.
No, that's true.
In which case, then you've got early repayment charges.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many loopholes, aren't there? Look, if people want to find out more about if people want to find out more about what you do at Mortgage Mum, where can they find you?
They can link in with me. They can find me on Instagram, Sally Mitchell Mortgages, or Sally at the Mortgage Mum. We are nationwide. I'm actually calling in from a different part of the country, but we have brokers and I deal with clients all over the country. And we will give you absolutely unbiased advice. And sometimes it is just a 20-minute chat to set you off in the right direction, to give you an idea of what is out there. There are some innovative schemes. There's things about taking your rent track record into account.
Oh yeah.
When you're applying for a mortgage, a local building society to you guys, Skipton, have brought that out because a lot of people who rent cannot demonstrate the deposit, but they've got this fabulous track record of being able to pay their rent on time every single month for years. And that they were being missed in the market a little bit. There's also family springboards. There's all sorts of help out there. Joint borrower, sole proprietor, where to help affordability, a family member comes onto the mortgage with you, doesn't own the property, but boosts your affordability by using their income.
Oh gosh, Sally,
there's lots of things.
Yeah,
I want people to have hope.
You're a mine of information. Now listen, I hope this morning that you can tell me about some crimes against fashion, because we're talking about this. Alan Titchmarsh's jeans have been banned in North Korea. They've kind of mosaicked him out.
That.
I know.
I can't believe that. It's just Alan
it's the
Titchmarsh.
denim. It's the denim, imperialism. So what about you?
So funny.
Are you beautifully attired, or have we got any crimes we can talk about?
I have to say, I think when you've lived as long as I have, you look back and think, crikey, what was I thinking? And I don't know, Georgie, if you were around, but do you remember puffballs?
Oh, please. I made one.
Oh my God.
I made one with, it was pink with roses all over. I had handmade these roses. Yes.
Horrendous. It was a fire hazard.
Why, thank you.
Never in. Mine was. It was never in anything that was not totally flammable. But I'm with you. I am a socks and Crocs girl.
Yeah, look, gotta be done.
In the winter, and I know people hate them. September, the Uggs go on. April, the Uggs come off, and the Crocs with socks if it's a bit nippy.
Great.
That's it. Socks and
do
Crocs.
you know what? Send her down. Sally Mitchell, send her down. Thanks so much, Sally. Sally Mitchell from The Mortgage Mum, helping us dispel some mortgage myths this morning on BBC Radio, as well as her socks and Crocs. We'll talk more about this after 8 this morning. If it rings true with you this morning or one member of your family, please let me know. 0800 111 48 49.